Hello, YouTube, and welcome to a new year. It's 2026, January 1st, 2026, and this is a dividend portfolio. This is not financial advice, but I'm just trying to show what a dividend portfolio could look like, giving people an example of um, holding funds over time with maybe higher than average dividends and seeing what that will do over coming years. So with that, this will be a shorter video and just get into it. So Robinhood gives a dividend preview, which I think is basically like calculated somehow after the X dividend date, saying you had this many shares on this dividend. This is what you should get. I've never seen it be wrong so far, but it'll give a dividend preview up to like 4 or 5 days in the future. Here's what dividends are coming in. So I had time today, so um, these are all the dividends that are coming in the dividend preview that should hit like on Monday next week. So these are the beginning of the year. So $3.60, a $19 dividend. Here's this $106. We said we'd be getting these $100 dividends again. So this is up from 104.76 from last month, which is cool. $19, $16, $28. A lot of dividends hit for me at the beginning of the month, and then we get like a bunch more at the very end of the month, and it's kind of quiet in between. But either way, we add all these up, and we get one. Uh, what is this one doing over here? I'll have to look. Oh, I added a column. That's why it's. Anyways, 196.56 is what's coming in, probably next week and into mid next week. So that's pretty cool. And then same thing, we're gonna do like grand total for the year over here. So this is the sum of the year by month. So kind of started over for January, 196.56. We ended the year with 1,548. And then this graph on the right is just by month, total dividends by month. So I'm just continuing it. We should see this kind of go up and to the right. Started in April of last year. In December, we got dividends of $302. And this January, I'm expecting this to come in at just over $300. So this should be about the same and a little bit higher than December than last month. And this is going in a good trend. Last two more things. We're going to take a look at SPYT, which is the riskiest position that I have and what it's doing right now. And then, kind of one thing I'm adding to what I'm tracking is the total returns of different holdings. And I'm not getting like super scientific with this, but I'm just typing in like what the total returns of each fund is at the time that I'm making the video. And this just goes back from the previous videos 1, 2, 3. So the new values, almost everything is down from the last video, except for CSWC is up quite a bit, and ASGI is up. I think, yeah, JAAA is up a tiny bit. Overall, everything is down, not by a lot, and you'll see like this is why you want diversification, because there's going to be market trends, but if you have everything the same, then when everything goes down. But you want some diversity. So although many things went down since the last video, some things went up, and that is the advantage of having some diversification. And, anyways, not too worried about things. And then this is a little chart of this. This is a graph of the little chart over there. So hopefully we'll start to see some trends emerging, the green being the newest entry. And so you can see the last couple recordings on all these holdings and be able to see that the last recording is down quite a bit from the other ones on many of these, and then we're able to see if there's any trends or outliers. Um, for example, CSWC, you can see here, is up all time for all recordings. ASGI is up, not all time, but in that direction. JBBB basically holding steady, JAAA basically holding steady, and that is that. Lastly, SPYT. So I'm going to continue to look at SPYT a lot closer because it's a large amount of holdings and it's about a 20% dividend return per year, um, which is high, but it also makes it risky. So these are all the dividends that I've gotten from SPYT, and including this latest, this is, hypothetical, should come in next week, $106. Um, so this means, so the total return, SPYT is down the most it's been since I've had it. It's down 3.75%, which is a lot. Um, and so what I need to track is, are the dividends that are coming in making up or higher than the amount that it has dropped? So the last recording, it was only down 1.17%, which was not too bad. But dropping down to negative 3.75% is quite a bit, especially the size of the holding compared to the rest of the portfolio. So I have to see where we're at. And so far, since I've had this holding, it's brought in $309. But since it's also dropped $234, it means that the profit is only $74. And then since I would have to pay some 10% tax or so on these dividends, I have to also minus that out. And anyways, it just goes to show that just because it's brought in $309 in dividends doesn't mean it's necessarily in profit. So if this drops significantly more, then I will get out, or if there's other bad news, because this is going to be the most volatile position. It's not the only position. Um, but some of these other funds, um, I'm not expecting to move quite as much. And so SPYT is the worst performer, so I have to watch it a little bit closer. So, anyways, we're going into the new year, and the whole point of this really is to show it is possible to have a dividend portfolio and snowball it and grow it. Maybe I'll do a deep dive on one of the other holdings, right? Um, for example, I kind of look at SPYT closely because I know it's riskier, but I haven't even held it for very long, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've had it 6 months, and some of the other holdings I've had longer than that, and I can do a review as well of things like JEPQ, SPYI, um, Clause I've had for a very long time, which I'm expecting to just basically stay stable. So we should be very much, in the green on that, and all of those are contributing to the 1548. So, anyways, thanks for being here.